Hello, I'm Sonia.
And I'm Jody.
And we're from Elevated Stylist. And in today's video, we are going to be talking a little bit about how to manage unhappy guests. And we all have them because we can't make everybody happy, but we wanted to shed some light on different verbiage that you can use and how you can ultimately leave a situation feeling resolved.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, 50% of the time, or maybe even more, we could keep those unhappy guests. Maybe they're not as unhappy as we think that they are in their emails or in their calls. So I think it's a great thing to really educate the front team, the front desk, the receptionist, whatever you have in your salon, but making sure to educate them on how to deal with these calls or these emails coming in. What type of verbiage, what type of messaging do you want to speak like? And we've come up with some compassionate verbiage and rebuttals to help with these types of difficult clients when they arise.
Yeah, and half the time they just honestly want to be listened to.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be heard. They want to know that somebody is going to do something about it, whether it is to give them something or is it just to just listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the main thing that can help you manage their expectations. And I also feel like when we get unhappy customers, especially if you're a very customer service focused salon, you kind of get your guard up automatically and you think there's no way that my stylists could mess up or that my front desk could mess up. But it's very possible, I think we're not perfect and we have to understand that managing client expectations is one of the most difficult things to do in our industry because we're dealing with a creative outcome and we don't speak the same language sometimes. So I think that the one thing that you could do is just drop your ego and understand and put yourself in the other person's shoes. We are all customers of other businesses, and I think understanding that aspect of it can really put you in their shoes, and that can automatically just drop your guard and just get down to their level.
Yeah, absolutely. And giving your front staff the tools as well to be able to deal with this. So, making sure that they're letting each and every guest who does have concerns know that they're really good at solving problems. So when you are confronted with somebody and you tell them, no worries, I'm really great at solving problems. Let me go talk to the stylist and I'll get right back to you. So by saying don't worry, I'm really good at doing things like this, I'm gonna get something resolved, it really puts their mind at ease as well and drops their guard. Or saying, let me see what I can do for you and I'll give you a call back, or let me see what I can do for you and I'll put you on hold. And then seeing if you can find some sort of solution or a different way that you can resolve it, or some sort of offering. We want to keep them happy. There are difficult clients, but I think if you can put their mind at ease and let them know right off the get-go, I'm really good at solving problems, just let me get back to you.
Yeah. And I also find too, some guests are afraid to call and they'll just email you this long email and it has every single description that you can ever imagine. And when you read it, automatically you think, what a crazy person, why wouldn't they just call you? So what we like to do is email them back and be like, is there a time that we can arrange a phone call so that we can just discuss this over the phone? Because tone of voice is always lost over email.
Yes.
And we can just get really keyboard happy and just tell them all how we feel, and that leads you to nowhere. So one suggestion we make is automatically just get on the phone with the guest as soon as possible and hear them out and see what it is that they are feeling, because words on an email are so different than words behind a phone.
Definitely. Everybody reads it in this blunt, direct voice in their head, right? And they're or they take it differently. I know I have reading some emails, I'm oh my God. But then as soon as you get on the phone with them, it's just a matter of hearing back from them, or having them come in so that we can look at their hair. That is one of the best things that you can do, is if it's something to do with a cut or a color, have them come back, invite them back in to take a look at it, to see if there's a quick solution, or so that you can see if there is a problem as well.
Yeah, and also being very like firm but flexible on your policies. Like firm in the sense that maybe you don't offer refunds because the time is already spoken for, the materials are used, the stylist did take the time, but also not limiting your policies so that maybe your team feels like those policies keep them in a kind of like a square box where they feel like they don't have the power to resolve the situation. So I would say being firm but flexible with your policies, and know where your flexibility lays with your customer resolution is going to be very helpful for your team to be able to initiate resolutions, and also for them to be able to make sure that the customer's happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, like offer them, like let your front staff know you can offer a treatment. You can maybe, like we have a sanitation fee and a green fee that's added onto each and every one of our tickets. You can waive that for them. Like just little things go a long way. So, but being really, really communicative to your front staff so that they know what they can offer and where it needs to stop to be escalated to management or ownership.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just knowing that there's always a resolution. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just hair. We always say that to our team. It's just hair. But we can't think that it's just hair, because to them, it's a big deal. So just knowing that there can always be a resolution regardless. And I think the only state that there isn't a resolution is if the customer doesn't want a resolution. If at the end of the day they just wanted to vent and they wanted to just get it out, then that's all they want. We've had situations where customers are like, I don't want my money back and I don't want anything free. I just wanted to let you know.
Which is good. Which is good, because then you can grow from that. You can look at that experience and say, were we in the wrong? Was there somewhere that we could do better? You know, it opens that avenue of growth. We can just shed that ego and really listen to what's being said behind all of that aggressiveness. Maybe we can find little bits and parts where we can improve or we could do better next time.
Yeah, and there's always room for growth. You know, as your business grows, you require to work a little bit differently. You know, if you have 2 stylists versus 4 stylists versus 6 stylists versus 10 stylists, you know, there's going to be a lot of expectations to be managed, and having systems in place like this will help you be able to do conflict resolution on a very high level for your entire team. And as a salon owner, if you're busy behind your chair, you know, if you don't empower your team with the right tools, then you kind of feel like your hands are tied and you're always running around like a headless chicken trying to solve problems.
Yeah, and it definitely, you know, it keeps your reviews at a higher state. You won't be having bad reviews if you can resolve them internally before they start on all the trickling on the Yelp reviews and stuff. But yeah, like you want to kind of bring out this positivity that messaging that your salon wants to offer, because if you're that salon that resolves problems in a really calm and positive way, that stands out to people. That really stands out to people. People who don't get back to the concerns and brush them off and say, well, we can't do anything for you, those clients are going to come to salons like ours where we do stuff like that.
We hope that you enjoyed this video and that you can take some of these tools and embed them in your salon and empower your team. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like this.
Yeah, and I'm going to also put in a free PDF with this video with some compassionate verbiage to share with your front team.
Bye.